day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for making time to join us. This is the conversation that seeks to bring clarity to what is confusing out there and ensure that everybody takes their rightful position in taking responsibility to straighten our world. Well, we've been looking at the world of fathers. And today we are privileged to switch gears and look at the world of mothers. We have one of the mothers of our day who will be helping us make sense of our senseless world. Welcome to the show, and please, as soon as you get us, share the link with somebody, get somebody to join, and let us learn together. Oh, Imam.
I'm good.
God bless you. Thank you for
you.
making time to be here.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Please, let's start at the beginning. Give us your name and what you have in life.
Yeah, I am Reverend Tina Okonji, Pastor Tina, Mama Tina. Many people call me many things. Some persons have called Mama Africa.
Good.
Because I have this concept of, reaching a lot, at least starting from home, Africa. And I thank God for the privilege of having the opportunity to be in Kenya now. And I want to say, I'm happy to be here. And every time I walk the streets, I look at people and I'm thinking of what more positive impact do I make to my world. That's my cry. That's my passion.
Thank you. So, your Kenyan experience?
Kenya has been, I was just telling one of them earlier, I love Kenya. I like Kenya. I was here 4 years ago, 2022, just after COVID crisis. And it was a wow experience. But I didn't have the opportunity I had then to move around so many places, interacting with so many people, so many Kenyans. I discovered Kenya is a country that I love Nigerians too. And then this time around, I've had fun. And sometimes you see me coming on all the way just to see happiness. And my interest is God give us Kenya for positive impact. I love Kenya. Yeah, I like that country. Yeah, thank you.
There is another place.
Yes, another beautiful place.
Well, I would love us to get down to the subject.
Yeah.
Motherhood in the past, motherhood in the present. What's different and why?
Motherhood in the past is beautiful, calmer, and I think more peaceful compared to correlating with what we're seeing today. Why? Because the world has become a little bit more complicated. In the time past, which I believe is God's way, that the mother, not just the mother, but then that's the word our word has structured it, when parents have time for the family. However, but of course the mother is always the one that is found, managing the home, managing the man and his resources or whatever business. Then the children, which is the one that the general word sees. You have to be there. So you see, the mother of yesterday didn't have so much extra work. We have to do the bills and the demands were like lesser compared to what we have now. Complication, so much bills, so much demand to meet one thing or the other. The families are growing, the society is growing, more sophisticated things that we need to live on is growing, and this call for mothers too to be involved, to work, so that there will be crisis of less finances in the home. And then, because of the advancement of our world, you see, we have to be, they are guiding against whatever that will be of negative to the man. So the woman will want to work to support, so we can have the men living longer. So because of that and the demand, you see, the woman, the mother, have less time to spend with the children as compared to yesterday. And so you see, it's creating a lot of gap, and things are going and gradually parting, and the was cracking and expanding, and it's a thing of concern because there has to be some balance. So I would think that yesterday is better off, but we still have to find a way of balancing so that it doesn't get roughened today and in the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you could give us what is the biblical understanding of mother, so that yeah, we are having something in our day called the modern mother.
Mm.
And the modern mother seems to be in a crisis, like what you're explaining,
Yeah.
wanting to chase the career, raise the children, in the
That's-
home, and where do we draw the line so that we don't violate God's principle of motherhood while we are staying afloat in ensuring that the family keeps running?
Yeah, there is, so where do we, how do we start? Because now the process needs to start. Because, of course, the gap has been created. There's lot difference. But, of course, one typical example, I was in a women convention and we were looking at the mothers of yesterday. We have example of the Proverb 31 woman, which is a typical example. The Bible talks about a diligent woman. Of course, she had to work, she had to wake up, that is insensitive to the need of the home, that she has to be there. The Bible rightly made us understand that her home were really lacking nothing. That shows she's diligent, she's working. And honestly, naturally, we have discovered that the woman has a lot of strength, a lot of grace to be able to be able to multitask. If you see, yeah, do a lot of things. So you talked about the career she has to go to school possibly. She has to be ensured that the home is well managed. God has given the woman that ability. Sometimes a woman can do 5 things, 6 things at the same time. She is doing this, she's doing that, her brains are working. A lot of men are not wired like that, or they have not allowed themselves to discover those aspects that they can also, because they're like, no, I want to concentrate and just do this. But God has graced the woman to be able to multitask and also achieve. Alright? So you see, you find a situation where you bring it to Bible, the word of God. You find a situation when it was said of Apostle Paul was talking about is it Timothy, the grandmother, I believe, loved the Lord, and possibly in her day she has an aspect of ministry she was also involved in the church and others. The mother as well too it was also said that spiritually they imparted like faith, which was keeping him also. Timothy stood out as, permit me to use the word, goodly man of God, and was noted his work and he was commended. So at that, it's expected that the woman, if she is a believer, have to, model. However, after this woman, we have Sarah, Abraham's wife, we have a lot of them we looked at, Abigail, in as much as she was also busy, you understand, in the life of a family as a husband, but she was also so sensitive when there was a need for her family not to be destroyed by the act of her husband, against David. And so you see, Proverbs 31 woman is, well, that's what we call her, there are a lot of wise women who also, like Esther being the wife of, sorry, that Proverbs 31 is very broad. So.
Yeah, I understand that. And what I seek us to make clear is I'm a modern mother.
Yeah.
I have a career. I have a home to run.
Yeah.
What does the Bible require of me as a mother? And does my having a career allow me to ignore my motherly duties because I'm pursuing a career, or I should be able to add my career to my motherly responsibility so that nothing goes wrong.
Yeah, actually, the mothers of today, especially if you have a career running, you have a business or whatever, uh, diligence is required. Truly, you are even better off. You know, everyone has a brain. The woman has a brain. The woman has a strength. The more you put it to work, the more beauty you bring, you see coming out. So, being diligent and achieving in your career and then succeeding in your family is achievable. Why now, as an educated person, you'll be able to put one and two together, even better than the parents of old, mothers of old that were not educated, and yet they were raising, they were not educated. Now, with your love for God, fear for God, your education, and the wisdom that we learned from mothers of old, you see, you should be able to do better. So there's no excuse for any career woman to say she cannot have time. No. And then the more you exercise your strength, the more strengthened you become. And then the more also you exercise your brain, how do I do this? One thing about some people that are not succeeding is that they narrow their mind and they are not open to learning. Well, how do I do? Yeah, the phones are just streaming. That's why, yeah, you shouldn't replace the being there for the family. But I want to say the diligent career, intelligent woman can do better. It's achievable. It's just a matter of priority.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as you continue the conversation, please let's have your interaction in the comment section. If you have a question, put it there. We'll be able to respond to you. No, ma'am, there is the aspect of the glory of a mother. What I see happening here is that it appears that the modern mother wants to drive her significance and her importance from her career than from her home and being the best mother to her children. It appears that bearing children and raising children is a lower achievement than being on the marketplace and having a successful business. How do we balance this so that we don't mess up the future? Because when we neglect the children, it's the future we are messing up. As much as we would want to, shine on the marketplace, the future doesn't look good when we are raising wrong children. Yes.
Yeah. So I think we shouldn't even talk about balance when there is something going wrong. Actually, I had an opportunity to talk to some people yesterday, and what kept coming back in my mind is selfless. I think God has brought us in the world, and He expects us to be selfless. First of all, you think about the beauty you can add to the life of one other person, and then it's a privilege for you to be married and have children. And so, any mindset, the first success that every woman should glory in is success of raising the children. It's a wrong mindset for you to build your success, whatever, around your career achievement. If you succeed in the home, if you succeed in your career, succeed in being the better, leader wherever you are, and you fail in raising you are a failure. Simple. The one that shines better is something that outlives you. Those children will grow, and whatever impact you have, made in their life, even when you are out of the shores of the earth, that beauty still shines. And because you've put it in them, they in turn put it in another generation. It now grows, it now begins to form this ripple effect in generations to come. But when the myopic mind say, oh, I want to shine out in my career, I don't care about the children, now you are killing generations unborn. Yeah, because that person, so those children can never be better off. So we ask our word and we ask our mother, what should be the pointer? What people say it's a better success for us is our career or our children. This is big, sir. This is really big.
Yes. And the proverb goes, charity begins at home.
Positive.
Failing at home makes you a failure everywhere.
Positive.
And I think where do we, because this looks like a fall, Okay,
Yeah.
especially from the church circles.
Yeah.
The I think the Apostle Paul recommends that older women to teach younger women. Is it that the church is failing to put the younger women on proper training, or we have neglected that responsibility completely in terms of when, let's say, a young lady misbehaves, everybody asks, which home did she come from? Isn't the church also supposed to correct what the home failed to do?
Yeah, it's the place of the church. It's the place of the church. That's why the churches are there. And so God was giving me a revelation there, and He was like, we don't expect, in quotes, to see a lot of positive vibes in our society if the church is not doing what is expected to do. That is rightly said. A church is a gathering of believers in Christ Jesus. Well, the churches are the one church cannot meet the need of all the society. You know, that's why we have a lot of them, the goodly one. And if we're doing our work, we'll find the troubles we have in our world today. So the church is supposed to have forums, time out, where you look at the younger women and begin to look at them eyeball to eyeball, tell them this is wrong, based on the written word of God and from the experience they've had, because experience is also a great feature. And so what I find out about church is that a lot of churches are busy and concentrated. I'm a church person, so pardon me, all my life I've been in church. They are busy doing not the necessary. You're pursuing the unnecessary, which could be good, but we cannot afford to neglect the importance. The raising of the people that will take up the baton from us. We have to look at, let's not deceive ourselves. You're busy pursuing project, and these children are looking at you. I was talking with them one of the churches. A lot of these children are waiting to just get off the hands of their parents and get off this church and go to their life as they are independent. So if we don't nurture, if we don't look at this younger generation, like we were talking about this other, this other country before we started, they have decided to tackle this, not minding what anyone is saying. And you said they are achieving results in about 5 years to come. That's the same way the church decided. The church are deceiving themselves. And that's why we are having what churches that looks like though the world now question the church. It's an aberration. Because the world expect the church to give. The church actually give it. It might not be easy, but we eventually get there with time.
So it appears that the church has dropped the required focus, in my observation, whereby instead of the church focusing on developing people so that they will be responsible for the future, we are busy caught up into endless activities. We keep people busy. This program this week, next program, but they putting everything on the scale to tell how are our ladies growing, how are our young men growing. Because I have a saying that I say that those boys you let grow anyhow and you don't correct them, they will soon end up at your doorstep asking for your daughter's hand in marriage. So the responsibility of raising responsible young men does not lie on the mothers of the boys or the fathers of the boys, because in one way or another we will end up together. And if there are crises, there will be a crisis everywhere.
Yes.
Probably before time begin to fail us, there is the issue of when we were growing up, you would have difficulty asking your father for something, and you knew if you went through your mother, she will be able to get it for you. So there is that closeness between mother and child that it has even benefit to how the children see their father. This seems not to be in our current set. Why is the case? And what do you think drives the children away from the parent? Let me use it generally.
You know, there are changes. In the time of old, we do not have a lot of what would I call it, digital gadgets and this, and then we were talking earlier. The parents can just hand over phones and then go on and then allow the children. So it still boils down today, the more we find ourselves. But we are saying the world has changed. That's what we have to accept. It's no longer like yesterday. The world has changed drastically. We are to learn now. It's no longer. It is what we are having now is we have to call these children back. Mothers have to call your girls. I've left home for some time, so I had to call my little girl, and I said to her, "Hi, baby, this is time for guest talk." That's the way. I want to know what's on your mind, what's going on. I've not been around for some time, as there are some challenges. Now it's us, let's talk. Just go to your room, that is all here. I started laughing, I started talking. Now it's time, because we are actually the people, I be the parents of people. It's time to find out what's going on in the minds of the children, and how are you feeling with that? Is there any need? Is there then if that's creating that time, that's where you now know what the need is. Because sometimes they are like you're so busy and they keep it so what the parents, not the father, can give them, they will go out looking for it, because there's no even mother that can listen, and there's no even father. When you lie down, I was doing a video one time, even a lot of couples, as they're lying down on bed, they're on phones. The man is trying to tidy up unfinished work, the woman is on phone, and they wake up early morning, they fall out. She does not even have time to talk to the husband about the needs or whatever, and the children are taking it so. So what we are still trying to say is that there is a problem, and we have to. In fact, some parents is what they normally will do. It's time to go to bed. The man or the woman packs the phone and keep them in one side, and that's all, so that they can now talk. Parents are becoming like the problem of the children. Yes, it's not the children per se, because there's always something going on in the mind of every human and the children. So the children should come down, the parents should come down and find out what's going on in the mind. Is there anything they need? It's not just giving the money, sometimes all that we know. And so that they are demanding for what is not. Because,
the young people are complaining that parents don't understand them.
Yeah, they can't understand
it. Whatever they are saying, it's like the parents are not able to perceive and respond appropriately. So they would rather go and ask it on social media, then they get a better answer. Yes, because the mother will say no, and that's the end. No. The father will say, don't push me there. So how do we get this done in such a way that there is that proper understanding, whereby you are able to look at your daughter or your son, and you are able to tell this one is going through this and this, because that's how our old mothers used to do. they are able to tell when you just walk in and say, this one is not okay.
Yeah.
And they are able to deduce that information.
Yeah.
But it appears we don't have those sensitive mothers like we used to.
We don't care. Really, it's a problem, but anything that needs to be corrected, we have to start somewhere. You have to create family time. You have to create family time. If what you don't create, you can never have. We should not be living in illusion, assuming that a miracle can happen for it to change. Never. And these children of this day, the Gen Z or the generation, the young people, they have a strong heart. There was one that was in the house, and because parents were not there, I read the story. In fact, the woman came out after she has lost the son. That young guy went into depression, yeah, and then for a long time was staying on his own until one day he took some substance and killed himself. It was all in the social media. But at the end of the day, this woman realized that she was never there. The father was never there. Yeah. So we have to create something. It's not far, it's a difficult stage, but we have to start it. You have to create family time. You have to let them know. Forgive me, if parents should not be should not feel to ask for forgiveness when they've missed it. Ask the children, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, to open the communication.
Yes,
Between the
I'm
parents.
sorry, because if you don't, if they don't, I've realized I've not been there. It's simple. I've realized I've not been there. We've realized that we are very sorry. Now can we start off? Now pen out, pen down what you do not, or let's discuss it. Let's find a balance. It's not all about chasing all the monies and losing your family. In fact, the minister said, I can't even go around winning all the souls for Jesus Christ and losing my own family. So there will have to be some family time, and sometimes we have to find time to get off social media and the phone. Discipline.
Thank you. And that is as a result of what I call family order.
Family order.
If I think something that's gone wrong with our families is a disorder.
Disorder.
No clear chain of authority. Okay? They, everything is made relative.
Yeah.
No absolute. When you were growing up, you knew when mama says no, that's an authority.
Yeah.
It's not a suggestion.
Yeah.
When father says go to bed,
That's it.
that
The
is
lights
it.
are off.
That is it. But today they want a conference, a discussion on the benefits of sleep, and where they should go to bed. And how do we cope with this as we begin to wrap up? And in that line of open communication, whereby you make your daughter or son understand that the father is an authority, the mother is an authority, and not your peer. And two, when this has been decided, is to their interest and not to the parents' interest.
Yeah, I remember talking with a minister in Uganda in this line, so I got just confused. Why is it that anytime your son comes back, he has to come down and kneel down and greet everyone all around the place? We kneel down here, we kneel down there, we kneel down. And I'm like, why is that? He said, that's the way I want to bring up my own. Everyone has the way they want to bring up their own. And it's a young family. And I feel whatever we want to see, we should start it from the scratch. It's time to go to bed. It's time to go to bed. That's it. If you begin to do it when they were small, they get used to it. But what you're not doing that, they have all grown, they have their own mindset. Now it's difficult, so you have to come back down and begin to, yes, explain to them if you need to explain to them. And of course, it's like you have lost the authority, but I'm still the father. You still insist, I'm still the father if he's in his 20s or he's still a teenager. I'm still the father, I'm still my voice counts. And if you feel my voice cannot count, some measure of discipline. My mother in the Lord will say, let the son beat them. Sometimes we are the ones that are also contributing spoiling those people by not allowing them go. You want to go out, you go out. You have to be strict, you go out. Some of them will discover by the time they go out and the cold hits them, they will either make a choice to come. Because sometimes we don't want to feel like we want to lose them. Oh God, let them not go and become whatever.
Yeah, parental love.
Yeah.
It appears to have changed of late.
Yeah.
Whereby we think that by not punishing or correcting children is because we love them. But actually the Bible is recommending otherwise. It says a father who loves the son chastises the son. Today's parents avoid chastising their children because they love them. How do you help them realize that correction is
That's not love. That's not love, because love does not glory in anything that is contrary, anything that is wrong. Love does not. So when you see, in fact, it's love for you to tell this person, whoever your children, this is wrong. That is love. Because a man that does not love you will be like, all right, just go. Whatever you see, fine. It's your life. But a man that loves you is the one that will always tell you, I am giving you this punishment, I'm bringing out this measure because I love you. Just tell them emphatically with all your, because the process of life is the same. their time will come when they will have their own children, and let's see if they go through the same path, they will have the same thing.
Yes.
And so they will. There's this saying. Sometimes they will say, "Oh, I always hear my father's voice when he's not there. I always hear my mother's voice when he's. I always hear the voice of that strictest teacher in school when they are not there." So that means something is being done. So parents have to be very strong in doing the right thing, else we're going to lose another generation.
Exactly. Thank you very much for making time to talk to us. I'll give you the last minute to speak to us and give us your counsel, even as we end the broadcast, to pick it up in the next episode.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to thank God for this privilege, and for every young person listening to us. This is a wonderful opportunity, and I salute the organizers. Salute you, sir. Please, the word has been structured, given to us as a gift. The life we have is a gift given to us by God, but we have to do the right thing. You don't expect to do something contrary and expect to get a positive results. You keep doing the same thing, you have not been getting goodly answers or goodly results, and you keep doing that same thing, you can never. Are we planning to destroy the world in general, or we're trying to build the world? We should think about it. When we do the wrong thing, we are destroying the future and generation to come. In fact, the thought came to me when I was coming. When I was coming this morning, I said, if something is not done, for example, in Kenya or world over, the next 10 years is going to be very scary. What world do they want to have? If it's not peaceful now, and they are not correct, they are not allowing themselves to be corrected, is it a world of hoodlums or people without crazy, permit me to, you want to have a world of crazy people, a world of senseless people? What are they going to be building? The fathers of old build the structures, build whatever you're still, and then you are not building anything. It's good to excel in social media, it's good to have the money, but what are we building? So I want to say, let's build on something that will stand. That's my advice.
Thank you so much, Mom, for making time to speak to us. And we'll be picking this in the next show, please. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we must land it there. I'll leave you with a word by this is David Oyedepo. She wrote in her book. She said, children are the gifts that we send into the future. We cannot go. You as a mother, a father, a brother, a sister, all the people growing up around you, what kind of gifts will they be in that future where you will not be? Will they be seeking on how to curse your grave, or they'll be blessing your name every day for the discipline and commitment you gave in raising them right? Responsibility is the call for leadership. Let's meet in the next show. God bless you.
Nina. Thank you very much. It's a wonderful time.
Thank you so much, Mom.
I think we should even look at this. I'm so tired everywhere I go to. A lot of young people in Kenya don't want to get married.
That's an issue that actually came into this. I don't know how long we are around with you to build up the conversation and reach there. There's something amiss with that marriage aspect. And I would say the role of the church into creating that atmosphere is huge. Then, of course, call it what? Generally, the political, we call it schemers, who are not sensitive to the next generation. Like in Kenya, we have almost, I hope you're aware. We're off air there.
Well,
Where did they broadcast?
you didn't end it. Let me end it. Oh, you didn't end it. We had people watching.
Yeah.
Wow.